What up, what up, what up, what is happening, good people? Welcome to this Relationship Friday edition of Herb and Two, nestled neatly between two Leos, one named E4O, the other named Toussaint Warner. My name is Herb Howard. Absolutely thrilled to be joined live in studio by Thaddeus Mixon Jr.
All right, hold on. First of all, you didn't fuck
That is James Mixon, I'm sorry.
No, you didn't fuck up.
We gotta go back.
Intro.
Come on.
Start it over. It's not Herb and Two show no more. Nigga, I'm here.
Oh, that's right.
The third member.
Nestled neatly between Herb and T. T said that T.
Stop telling niggas my government, all right?
I was just fucking with you. I wasn't gonna put that on the show. What up, what up, what up, what is happening, good people? Welcome to this Relationship Friday edition of Herb and Two, alongside the great Toussaint Warner. My name is Herb Howard. Happy to be hanging out with y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this Relationship Friday edition of the show. As we do always, every week we set aside some time to talk about relationships, specifically in the black community. We think that building a solid foundation on healthy relationships is the only way we can continue to build upon economics, education, agriculture, whatever it may be, politics. We got to get our relationships right, so we set aside time once a week to talk about relationships. As always, please make sure that you have subscribed to the page, hit the like button, and set the alert so you get reminders every time the page goes live, which we do every single Monday. Also, if you'd be so kind, take a quick second to share the broadcast, share it on your personal page, share it within your personal network, share it with anyone that you think would add value to or find value in this particular conversation. Again, this is Herb and Two. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest, per usual on Relationship Friday. E4O blessing us on the couch, and back for the first time in a long time, the third member of Herb and Two and T.
I like that. Nah.
TJ is here.
Herb and Two and T.
Herb and Two and T.
Don't put me in the middle of that shit. I don't like the way that sounds at all.
You want to be Two and Herb and T?
Yeah, it gotta be something different.
All right, it's Herb and T. You don't like your spot? Leave.
I am Eddie K. Jr.
You are the Temptations. That's who you are. Okay.
Big Ruffin, nigga.
TJ, what up, man?
What's going on?
Ain't nothing to it, man. Chicago's own. He of a great resume of Chicago history, not only in hip hop but just in the city, man. Not too many people can say they had #1 song running for a fucking minute, a real fucking classic joint. But since then, you continue to stack your accolades, man. I'm just gonna run through. I mean, obviously, this family, this ain't shit we gotta do, but just for the people, just run down some of your shit that you got going on, man. Obviously, you've been out in Hollywood for a while. You took your son out there. Now he is got himself a strong foothold in the entertainment business. Has been in box office movies. He's got hit records. He's, doing his thing up and down the country, across the country, man. First of all, salute to you on that. Proud of you and Pop for that, man. But what's going on, man? Say what's up to the people.
What's up, people? Yeah, shit. You didn't give the. What else can I say now? The introduction was it. You know what I mean? But nah, we just working, man. He, schedule is crazy because like we just finished shooting 2 TV series. He's been 11 projects. He's been top 5 in casting on all 11. So that's really unheard of for, from 11 to 16. And 2 #1 movies in the world back to back with
That's insane.
Creed and Candy Cane Lane, which is 2 franchises.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was good.
And now you got 2 TV series. One called Reasonable Doubt, 2nd season, which is on Hulu, drops on August 22nd. And then The Madness, which is, this shit gonna be crazy.
Madness.
Yeah, the show is dope. It's we just did ADR, so like ADR is all the voiceover work. Like sometimes if they didn't catch the word or whatever, so they let us watch the scenes. It's like here's his breakout role.
Fire.
Oh yeah.
What service is that going to be on?
Netflix.
Netflix.
And it's called Madness.
It comes The Madness.
The
Coleman
Madness.
Domingo, who he was nominated for Oscars and like Marcia Stephanie. She was one of the moms in When They See Us, but she's been in a million projects.
What's the expected drop date on that?
That's Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all unaware, we are speaking about TJ's son, Papa J, phenomenal R&B artist, phenomenal dancer, shit, just an artist in general, but actor as well. Started, like you say, Creed, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. Great young man too. Just a great young man. Easy to root for, easy to support. Let me ask you about that piece, man. Having had commercial success on your own, right, and then to have a son, and then he expresses interest to get into that, and then you bring him up into that. A lot of times, like, I don't know the entertainment industry like that, but I know the sports world, right? And so I've been around lots of, oh, I didn't go to the league, my son gonna go to the league, nigga, you play. Like, how did you navigate the process of understanding this is what you want to do, and then here's how I can help guide you to doing that without being the parent at the fucking 6-year-old T-ball game going ape shit in the little fucking bleachers?
Well, one, I think we always focus on that one parent, right? It's like, just like in the business, right? People, well, how did you get your son? The business is crazy. Yeah. You know, you see one person, Britney Spears, and everybody think that every kid in the business is crazy. It's how many movies are on the platform? Thousands. Yeah. How many kids are in the movies? We don't focus on the fact that the people that were successful and had no problems.
Sure.
Right? So we focus, I hear that a lot, like, you know, either just the Joe Jackson or the person that, like,
sure,
you know, it's focusing on, not saying you, but the negative, right? But I didn't do this to put my son in the business. If he was taking Eric fishing and that's their father and son thing, my father and son thing was, I'm going to the studio. You want to go? Come on. I'm going to the gym. You want to go? Come on. I was never the parent that went to happy hour. I went home to my son. If I went to the gas station, it was, come on. It wasn't, I'll be back, I'm just going to the gas station.
Right.
No, he was on my hip everywhere. You know what I mean? So it just turned it, this is the father and son thing, right? And it became just fun, just shooting footage, and until he expressed the interest. And I have a rule. You don't ask me to go to the studio, I'm going to go to the studio. You don't ask me to go to do something acting, we're not doing nothing acting. You know what I'm saying? So he's just built different. Like now, you know, he's bought into, you know, to get your child to listen and trusting you, because everything I told him we're gonna do it worked. But he's bought into it now.
Yeah.
So like even with parents, they're like, oh, did he get a chance to be a kid? I'd be like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what do that mean?
Because if your kid wakes up at 8 in the morning or in the summer and they got 15 hours before they go to sleep, how many hours they need to be a kid?
Right.
So Papa wake up at, like, when they come over to the house, his homies or whoever, he getting up at 6, he gonna work out. He gonna, after that, the next hour, he gonna, he'll maybe watch a movie and study an actor. And then after that, he gonna go write you know, we got a studio in the room, he'll go work on some music. He heavy into reading. He gonna read a book. The 5th hour, he gonna do something productive. Then he got 10 more hours to be a kid. Like I used to watch his homie just sit around for 4 hours trying to figure out what they were gonna do for the day. You know what I mean? So, nah, it wasn't, you're gonna be in Hollywood. I could care less about the Hollywood thing. It was more so like, okay, if you want to, even with the sports, right? Because, you know, I played it. You know what I mean? I played Division I ball. But you can go play sports all the way up and not make it.
Yeah.
Right? You just said your knee, 3 knee surgeries, 9 hours of heart surgery. I've been through it, right? But we can be successful now. We don't have to wait to see if we can,
right?
You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the whole him waking up at 10 years old. Okay, I made the development fun, so it was never work. So like even when he on set, they be like, man, he be having the time of his life, because the development wasn't you gonna do this or else. Nah.
You can see that in his art.
Yeah, he love it. He's a perfectionist himself. Like Papa go kick it with his homies for 2 days in a row, and I'm like, you going out again? Nah, I don't feel productive. Or he'll look at them like, oh, they was smoking, they was going, like, nah, I'm getting my bag now, so I can be straight forever. You know what I mean? If I put the work in now. You know what I mean? So
I got 2 things. One, I think is interesting. Okay, so one, like I would say my daughter, for instance, she plays basketball, and
Cold.
but she's lost complete interest in it as far as on a college level. She's like, Mom, get over it. Like, it's not happening. I don't want to play basketball. And I'll play through high school, but I'm not going to play in college. If I do, maybe I might decide to walk on. It was a point when she was maybe 13 or something like that. She'll be 17 next month. And she said she didn't want to play basketball. It was during COVID, actually. And I was like, no, you're still going to play. I just decided at that moment, like, you're still going to play. If after, this year you don't want to play anymore, then I'll let you stop. But I don't want you to just be feeling lazy in the moment or whatever. So I wanted to ask, do you think because you've already had like experience like in that industry, it's been easier to like encourage or motivate your son to like stay in it if he's ever had a moment where he was kind of feeling like a little lazy about it? Because I know for me, I don't have sports knowledge. I don't know nothing about basketball beyond what I know about my daughter's career, basically. Do you think you have an advantage being that you've been in that industry versus like not? If he's ever even had a moment like that.
No, the moments that he had was because everything I developed, right? 6 years old, Timberland wanted to sign him. You know, I can go through the list of people wanting to do deals when he was young as hell, you know what I mean? But it was the Mr. Miyagi approach. So his only was like, okay, I'm getting up. I'm running sprints in the sand. That when is this gonna happen? It's not time yet. You know what I mean? Okay. So, but when it happened, my whole thing was, we ain't doing background work. You know what I mean? Everything we going out for is a lead. We're going out for your music deal is going to be one of the biggest deals. Like, people don't know. We did a deal with SoundCloud. And it was the biggest, it was a $2.5 million deal. You know what I mean? I ended up getting them out of the deal, but it was the biggest deal that they ever, they went into label services and he got the biggest deal. He safety. He was his first audition he ever had. He booked a 3-movie deal. The second movie they passed on him. He called the agents like, "Nah, they're gonna call me back." They're like, "It don't work like that." They called the director called back. He booked it. He won Best New Actor. So it wasn't. It was the only pushback was, when is this gonna It's like Danielson's training. When am I gonna fight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, trust me. Wait till you're ready.
Right.
I think the why is paramount, though.
Yeah.
I think the why is paramount to the question you asked.
Yeah.
Right. Why do you not want to play? Why do you? So Eric's an athlete. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Right. So his little brother coached Eric in his last year of football. Now he ain't finished out football at all. Right. Best athlete hands down on the team. But as them weights starts to changing, I don't want to do this shit no more.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes too with the girls too, they get into the girl.
Yeah.
Because remember, my man got a little sister, Milana. Incredible. Took her team to the championship of softball. Took her team to the champs. Averaged 22 points a game the first year of basketball, and said, "I want to be a cheerleader."
But to the question you asked. So Jono is our younger cousin. He's football crazy. I don't give a fuck about no football.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm out there, I'm cheering, I'm supporting, but I don't give a fuck about no. Like, I can't break down the intricacies of the game.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm really looking at the game as a fan. So my only thing was the last year that we played, well, you made me sign up for this shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to come out here that's a lot of work, right? And it's some shit I'm not necessarily interested in.
Yeah.
You excel in it because you're an athlete. So when you say, yeah, I want to do it, or we're going to finish this shit, right? But again, it's the why. As he's out there playing, I'm like, he don't need to be out here. Because he don't want, it's in it. You can say he don't want to be, yeah, I'm an athlete and I can produce. But I don't like getting hit.
What does she say? Why she want to play?
You know what I mean?
It's different.
It's different.
Hers came from, she was in AAU and she didn't feel, the AAU coaches, they act like some bitches. You know what I mean? Especially in particular on that team. The coaches were just very, picking players from different places to put in a position to get these deals or whatever like that versus development. And so I feel like hers was just, she just felt discouraged by that atmosphere. So even with the AAU, she was like, I don't want to play AAU. I still want to play high school because she's the captain. She's been playing, what is it called, varsity? What's it called, varsity? It's her freshman year, you know what I mean? So she's always been a leader in that realm. And she likes flag football more. My daughter, she's like an all-around athlete too. Like any sport, she's going to be good at it. Volleyball, like everything. Golf, like it's just like anything she's good at. But I was just curious about that. And then another thing, usually, or what I've been hearing a lot of lately, parents whose children are in the same industry as them. I won't go deep into it, actors, you know what I mean, in family, or even someone I know, their mother, you can tell she feels very, she compares herself to her daughter. But when we talk about it, we're like, but you're the way that you are because of her and how she raised you. Me too, you know what I mean? And so I guess I would ask that too. I probably would have kind of know your answer. But do you feel any type of, like parents trying to live vicariously through their kids, or not like a comparison, but any like tinge of jealousy? We know like a jealousy kind of complex thing exists, where we hear that it exists like with women all the time, I think. I don't think we hear about it much with fathers. I could see it sometimes with fathers, but it's not something that we talk about. But sometimes jealousy, and that might not even be the right word, might not necessarily be like a negative type of connotation, but kind of like a damn, like a living vicariously
that
through.
The first time though, right? So even in how he talked about how Pop just move around with him, right? Eric, because he went to the gym with me, but I'm gonna go further than that. Like y'all don't have no contacts with my daddy, but my daddy was an artist.
Yeah.
I was in the dark room with my daddy. You know what I mean? You just pick up on things. I was actively engaged in that environment. I think we deal differently, and I don't think.
But do you think y'all look at y'all kids and I think y'all do, but just for the sake of the conversation, do y'all feel like most people look at their kids in a proud way when their kids are kind of coming up in the same lane?
I know what you're saying. I don't think it was you didn't make it and you're making it in this. No, like. Because what do they say? A father really wants to see his son being better than him. Right? So I didn't go into me, but the projects that he's on, I do to produce the music on. Right? Reasonable Doubt, I'm producing the music in the TV series. You know what I mean? So it's like we're sharing a dream together. Even when he booked his first film, I produced the trailer. And I didn't ask to produce the trailer. They came to me. It was like, Reggie Hudson was like, yo, I know your history. This will be dope for y'all share this together. Because when my son was born, I focused on being a great parent. You know what I mean? I didn't give a shit about the entertainment business. So, no, it's not if you see me and my son, that's my partner in crime. Whether we did the entertainment business or not, we're going to be successful. You know what I mean? So, and I didn't strive to be an actor. I didn't strive to be a singer.
I'm not sure if your answer is in regards to your question, though. And I think there's even if we just extract a little more, it's a more interesting conversation there. He just said, I think fathers strive to make a better version in the next generation. You said you think there's, and I'm not putting this on women, but there's a hinge of jealousy in women.
That's in that conversation. We hear it more often,
Right, but you also hear it in what my daughter looks like. You hear it in a lot of capacities. I can't, and this is definitely painting with a broad ass brush. You know what I mean? But you don't really, in my experience, the most of the encounters that I've had with most men who are actively engaged in their child's life is to elevate their child.
Sure. Yeah.
The concept of a competition is like radically weird. This is my baby. You know what I mean? I irritate the fuck out my son. I know I do. You know what I mean? but I love on them. I motivate them. I tell them all the time, man, you so good at this. Man, even we've had conversations, nigga, you so smart. You play dumb, and I don't appreciate that part of it.
Yeah.
Stop playing down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's never diminishment, though, at least in my mind.
I think, like, going back to TJ's point earlier when you was like, we highlight the negatives more than we accentuate the positives.
We don't. Like I said, it's a million. Nobody's talking about LeVar Ball.
Yeah, we do a lot, but
I'm saying you hear, like, and I'm saying what you said was a negative, but that's the question.
No, it
like,
was.
When I'm in the barbershop, it's like, oh yeah, he dope. He like the Joe Jackson, motherfucker. I never even whooped my son.
No,
you know. But I'm saying this is what we do, right?
That's why I started this conversation with that question, though, right? Because I know you and your son's relationship. I know that's not what it is, right? But I also know the perception and the conversations that get had around these types of things, right? In my own mind, right? I played football with probably a couple thousand niggas just over my life on teams, right? Most of their fathers was great dudes, always there, fucked with us all, y'all can come over, whatever the fuck, right? What stands out in my mind about a father interaction the most is it's one interaction. I was a freshman in high school. We had this good running back, this dude named Ant. Anthony was cold. He was just built crazy for us to be fucking freshmen. He was fast. He could tote the rock like a motherfucker. We lost to Lane Tech. And I remember, like, right as the clock expired, I remember going, it was like the first or second game of the season. Right as the clock expired, I'm going down the sideline, I'm like, hey, don't worry about this. We're going to bounce back from this and we'll see them niggas again. And I'm just telling all my teammates that, just, you know, dapping them up, slapping them on their back, whatever, doing that. I swear to God, the clock just ran out. As I'm going down there, Ant's father is already on the sideline, scolding the fuck out of Ant because Ant, like, fumbled the ball in the fourth quarter. And he's just going the fuck off. It's a grown man. I'm not gonna get in the middle of that, but I just walked past Ant. I said, hey, bro, don't worry about it. We're gonna be all right. We'll see the niggas again. His father looked at me like, motherfucker, don't you fucking encourage him while I'm fucking telling him he ain't shit. I'm like, yeah, we'll be all right. Yeah. And like that, just that, but that brief interaction just sticks out in my mind for some reason over all of the thousands of interactions that I've seen with nothing but positivity and fathers being there and full support and encouraging and all that shit. That shit just sticks out, and I think that's fucked up for me to have had so many teammates and so many interactions with them and their fathers, but that sticks out to me so fucking vividly. I can see it like it's happening right now. And I don't fucking know why those things stick out so much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But even with that being said, right, sometimes in those situations, you don't, what's his name, the player?
Anthony.
You don't know what make him tick.
Sure.
Right? So like with my son, even, you know, when I was with his mom, if something was going on, she'd be like, you need to get on him. My getting on him, like we did a show in Dallas. We did a radio interview with on Bebe's show out there, and you know, I know he's about to go into this performance the next day, and how big the performance was.
Right.
So when I get on my son, like even back then when he was younger, it's like, man, can't nobody fuck with you. Like, what did you do? You know what I mean? That's the energy he gets. Right, we on a set of Creed. I'm the same shit. That's the first time I ever seen him nervous on set. Right, but it was things going on prior to that. But we get on set, and everybody's like excited to see him, and I'm with his teacher. He's like, oh, he's ready to go. I said, nah, he's nervous. And I said something to him, and then I pulled him to the side. I was like, nigga, I don't care who he on. Like, nigga, nobody here was in your position at 15. You know what I'm saying? But I know what makes him tick, and he'll pop up. You know what I mean? Like even with. Like Mike will come and be like, "Damn, boy, he killed that shit, bro." I'm like, "Nah, he can do it 10 times better, bro." Because I real shit, like, and I don't even talk like this about. I'm the realest father. If I'm a realist, if he can't play baseball, I'm gonna tell you he can't play baseball.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, pop 60% is a lot of niggas 100%. Like he only gonna rise if you're dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he's really an architect at what he does. He knows, like he did that show. He already know, like I'm about to body it, but he will body it at 60%. So when Mike came over and said, I said, let me talk to him real quick. I said something in his ear. He
You
came
think they
back.
should have killed Wallace?
Huh?
You think they should have killed Wallace
Did I?
in The Wire? You think they should have killed Wallace?
I don't even remember The Wire.
I
like
know,
that.
man. Go ahead.
Yes.
He'll be
They should have killed
They
Wallace.
should have killed
They
Wallace.
had to kill Wallace.
They
He
had
had
to
to go.
kill Wallace. It's sad. Michael B. Jordan played Wallace in The
Yeah, I
Wire.
said I don't even remember his role.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, Mike came back and was like, I didn't think he could do it any better. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know if that's what he does to make his son be like,
Sure.
yeah, tomorrow I'm about to, and then the
Sure.
next day it's like what Tyler Perry said about his father. He said, yeah, if I whooped you one more time, you've been the president. You know what I mean? So I don't know what makes.
Or
Sure.
just in the context of this conversation. Every nigga in here stereotypically referenced Joe Jackson. All of Joe Jackson's kids are very successful. It's about what you deem as the goal. You can't name another nigga from Gary, Indiana. No, I'm dead ass.
No, for real.
You can name their entire family. You can't name another nigga from Gary, Indiana.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's perspective based. You know what I mean?
I just think it's interesting because we don't have to stay on this, but I'm taking a role now. But not even in a negative light, but I've heard or seen experiences. I'm trying not to put too much information out there, but it's been instances where a parent, it's not like a comparison or a jealousy thing, but they feel insufficient to where their children now are. Very involved parents who made you exactly who you are. Like I've had a conversation with my friend, like, I wonder why she feels like that, or why she acts like that, or like, well, I can't do this because she's doing XYZ, basically saying that her child is so successful in these ways, and so she feels like inadequate or insufficient. And I'm like, you should tell her, like, I am who I am because of you and how you raised me. So I just think it's, an interesting, dynamic, I guess.
I think it's all perspective based, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Joe was a healthy parent or not,
Or if he raised healthy children.
or if he raised healthy children. or
Right,
not,
right.
Right. But I also am a parent. I also know I don't have as much control over that as you think I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and my sister grew up in the same house. We was very different niggas. Completely different niggas. You know what I mean? So, did the roadmap shape us? Did them, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We very different people. Shit, Eric and Bella are worlds apart. They're very different people. You know what I
Yes, they
mean?
are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's interesting, man, because like people meet like me and Ryan, and on the surface we're very different people, right? I'm a people person. I can be loud sometimes. Ryan is real, not.
Demure to self.
Yeah. But people that know us, they're like, they the same nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now that he got his life in one space, I got my life in another space. When we together in either of those spaces and meet people that the other one know from those spaces, they were like, oh, y'all act just alike. Y'all talk alike. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. So I think there tend to be more similarities than we may identify on the surface, and I think sometimes those things come up later. Because when I was 16, 17, I would have thought the same thing about me and Ryan. Like, no, me and that nigga is not alike. Love him to death. He dope, I'm dope, but we are not alike. Now, I'm like, yeah, we
Give into it.
about the same nigga.
Yeah.
And we have conversations differently now, like that.
It's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, I just think it's like a science project, G. There's so many factors that go into it, right? My father's an entrepreneur, right? My mama was really, for lack of a better word,
Don't do it.
stay-at-home mom. No.
Okay.
Unless she felt like wanting to pretend
Right.
like she was working,
Right.
right?
Right.
But they sent me to Iowa on
Now
some-
we have $370.
and $70. Right? But and don't get it twisted, right? I remember my father behaved as an adult man a lot. But young, the nigga sent me to Iowa on some nigga. You want to be a street nigga? I can't help you. That wasn't the environment in the home.
Sure.
But the other factors were shaping a lot of my behavior. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of shit involved in that, man. I don't know, right? But we'll condemn Joe Jackson. We'll condemn LeVar Ball.
Oh yeah, he's been condemned largely.
And what's America say success is?
That's the thing.
We don't say a healthy mind is successful.
No.
We don't give a fuck about that.
That's why we look at like the Jacksons and be like, they were successful. And if we judging on the metric of pop fame and money, like, yeah, good job, Joe. If we judging on,
you can be a good guy in the community and nobody knows you there.
If we talk about healthy motherfuckers, this motherfucker, I don't know if these are healthy people. You feel me?
But is healthy the qualifier? I had a conversation with my man today.
And what is
Shout
healthy?
out to my frat brother Greg Jackson. Greg Jackson is Lil Greg's daddy.
You don't claim your A5A that much, man. Good for you.
But whatever. Greg Jackson is Little Greg's daddy. You know who Lil Greg is? Herb's best friend that got murdered. Right?
I do know.
So Greg, shout out to Greg. He's been doing a podcast for a little while. But it was really just therapeutic for him to talk about the death of his son. Herb came on the podcast. He had a moment on the podcast. He broke down crying, and it went viral. You know what I mean? And me and Greg was talking today, and it was just random. And he was like, "Man, when that happened, I couldn't believe how far that went. This was a big deal. They putting this shit on regular TV.
I remember.
You know what I mean?" He was like, at some levels, I felt justified in what I was doing, right? Because it went so far.
Sure.
You know, and I said, but what's the purpose of you doing this shit? He was like, for a little while, it was like therapeutic. He's like, but now it's like it feels like a job, and I don't know if I want to do it. Because in his mind, he just set his barometer at, I got to meet these numbers. But you was getting mental help of dealing with the death of your son by just having the conversations. Now you done put a false barrier on. We really talked through this today.
You moved the goalpost of success on this thing.
You moved your own goalpost. That ain't why you did this. Right? But again, even internally, we internalize, I gotta meet these demands to quantify my value. No, you don't.
Let me ask y'all this. All three of y'all have children that are becoming of age, right?
They getting older. I don't know if they coming of age.
I mean, coming of age stories is coming of age stories. They are those ages when they are coming of age. That 16
Mine
to 19.
irritate me to life. I can't help it.
Huh?
Mine irritate me. I miss it when I ain't around it, but I can get away from it for a little while.
That's cool, but y'all still have children, not kids. Y'all got children that's coming of age. In this world we live in, from a relationship perspective, do y'all feel scared for them? Do y'all feel like we talked about relationships with your daughter? Like last week we were just talking in general shit about it.
How old is she?
16, she'll be 17 next
so the
month.
same age as Pop.
Yeah, this is her last year of high school. Yeah.
We've talked to Eric
Super dope.
about girls for the past 4-5 years on different levels about shit. You was talking about it before the cameras came on in terms of how like Pop got to navigate this shit, and like I can't even fathom the world he's stepping into. You know what I mean? And what that looks like for him now, but in 3 years, like
his DMs.
Yeah, like I saw the show from the other day. I saw little girl out there crying and shit because he came over there and sang to her for 5 seconds and she damn near fell out. Like, are y'all fearful of the relationship models or standards that's being pushed around right now? Whether it's the fuck them then get some money, whether it's the 100% or 50-50, whether it's all the different conversations that go around relationships right now. And I mean on the mainstream level, be them maybe true or not.
It's funny because I'm laughing because my daughter, she act like she's kind of old school, you know. Sweetheart, I don't worry about her at all. She's a lot of things that I want to maybe like push down her throat. I don't, and then what ends up happening is she comes back and she has these conversations with me, and I be like, damn, I ain't even have to say nothing. So I learned, like, just let her be and stuff. But I say she old school because I'm dating, I'm single, you know what I mean? So I'm not just talking to one person. She's older now, so I can have like real conversations with her about, you know, the situations or whatever. But she'll scold me for like, but I thought such and such was just over here and y'all were watching TV or you were hanging. I'm like, that's my friend. I'm like,
I like
my
TV.
friend. Right?
I'm friendly.
I said, I'm dating all of them.
It's a lot of shows out here.
No, I said I'm dating all of them. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's not.
We got league pass.
Now dating them don't mean you have to be sleeping with them. You know, I talk to her like this. That don't mean you have to be sleeping with everybody, but date them all. You know what I mean?
Make sure
I'm like,
you edit this out. We don't want to get in trouble.
listen, okay, I don't get in trouble, right?
Oh, okay.
But I'm like,
Big dog today.
I'm like, I date them all. You know what I mean? And then also because it's just like a fine line. Because when I was younger, I was so like dead set on one dude. Like I put my all into these one people, and I went through so much stuff. So I don't necessarily want her to do that.
Sure.
But I also don't want her to. I ain't trying to have her be a hoe either. You know what I mean? Which I'm not worried about. But
Yeah, no.
So I'm not. So to answer your question, no, I'm not like worried about like anything in society affecting her in that way, because I'm learning that she's like her own person. She went through the follower kind of phase, maybe like her freshman year of high school, trying to find herself and stuff like that. But the decisions that she's made, like around her friendships and the comments that she just made, even like what she maybe decided to do spiritually and stuff like that, I feel much better than I did maybe like a year ago. Yeah.
All right. Two, let me ask you.
I'm worried.
All right, let me ask you on what level you worry, because like I said, we've had these conversations with E a lot, and like I always do with these parental conversations, I don't have a child, so I preface them all by saying I defer to y'all. But as I watch these kids develop socially, so differently than we develop socially. You like the girl, you went over there, you talked to her. You call her at a party or you whatever, school, wherever. This social media, the DM shit, like, I remember being at the basketball game with Eric. You and Eric sitting in the row in front of me, I'm sitting behind, and it's like 3 girls Eric age sitting behind me. And I listened to them for about a quarter and a half. Is that him? Is that him? Oh my God, I think it's him. I think it's him. So I couldn't fucking take it no more. I turned around and asked the little girl, who you think he is? Like, I'm sick of it. Like, who y'all think he is? Oh, well, she think that's his boy named Eric. She like, you right, that's him. Hey, nephew, Shorty is back here. I can't watch the fucking game. Quarter and a half, she been on this shit. She like,
No, bro.
I said, hey.
No, that's me.
Y'all wild as hell. She go back and talk. I said, hey, sweetheart, not in my ear no more. Either go down there and sit with him or y'all leave that shit alone. She get up, she go down there and sit with him. Them 2 niggas still don't say shit to each other. I say, y'all is a different generation.
They gotta hit each other online.
Right, right.
That's what
that night they probably talked for 3 hours in the DMs.
Yeah.
It's a different generation.
They have a cup of cards.
Hey, man, the nigga birthday was the other day. We did the birthday all day. I wake up in the morning, there's all kind of new shit in my house. I don't even know how this happened. What happened here? Where did this come from? Such and such came over at midnight and dropped this off. Who told such and such to come over here at midnight and drop some shit off?
And why is you outside at midnight?
No, they came over. Who let them in? Yeah, they're different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But part of the fear is that, right? And I was a sneaky nigga all my life. So I ain't
Condemning the
you
behavior.
rarely know my business.
Right.
You know what I mean? But even in being that nigga, just how you move, people see certain shit. Well, they move online. You don't see shit. You don't know shit. I be at games guessing. I think he like her. Like,
Which is why y'all
how
said
the crowd react to shit. What girl clapping more?
Which is why y'all said behind me for a quarter half time. I think that's him. You don't even know him. You like him off the internet.
Yeah, it's
Well,
weird.
That's how they meet. They're not gonna speak in the street.
Yeah.
And it's socially it's weird. right? My daughter
Internet is
showed
so
me a
weird.
text the other
People
day
being
like,
able
such and such ain't coming. We went to the True Star event, and I told her to invite some of my partners. And I know this little girl. She texted the little girl, asked the little girl to come hang out. Little girl hit Bella back like, no, I ain't going. Me and my GF going to da 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 da. I said, what's GF? Because I'm ignorant. Her and her girlfriend. Wait, huh? Like I didn't know this was a thing.
You didn't know what was a thing?
That she had that the girl had a girlfriend.
Okay.
But my daughter didn't even react to the shit. It's just they doing. It's different.
It's very different. And it's like, even the thing I will say is, and I won't tell too much of my daughter business, but even though she said she don't give a damn, she's been figuring out her sexuality and stuff, right? So for the longest, I didn't really think I had to worry about like boys, you know. And then we had a conversation, and she casually, you know, was talking about boys, and you know, we were talking about sex and stuff like that. And I was sitting there like, so damn, okay, I should probably start talking to her about this stuff a little bit more now, because she's like, well, you know, it seems like, at first it seemed like she was leaning in one direction, and then now it's kind of like going in another direction. And so I'm like, okay, I need to probably talk to her a little bit more about safety and pregnancy and stuff like that, even though she knows about it from different avenues. But that's interesting because boys like her and girls like her. And so I've been at games and I'm hearing all of it. Like, so much so I have to turn around like, hey, I'm Nyla's mom. Like, chill. And they like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, chill. Or just even seeing her in action and like literally seeing girls flirt and say stuff. That's been like, you know, like this.
Fuck happened,
you know, like, right, I'm like,
what part of the game is this?
and it's like on both ends, because the dudes are disrespectful sounding, you know, like, she look good as fuck and da 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 da.
Wait, that's disrespectful?
That's when I had to be like, hey, that's like, don't say too much, you know what I mean? Like, just know I'm right here, so I don't want to hear like certain shit, you know what I mean?
That's a compliment too.
And then it's awkward on the other side, you know what I mean? So it's just, that has been like really, really interesting, less difficult as I'm going along, because I just been letting her, you know, figure her shit out. I give her my opinion, you know, talk about it, and then it's like,
it's scary with the
you're
girls,
not mine,
man.
you know, at the end of the day.
It's scary with the girls. I mean, you got Nyla. She's very pretty, very smart, great personality. She hoops. So the minute some motherfuckers see a girl come down the court, boom, 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 they think she like girls off GP. So she get that part of it, and then the boys like her too, because she's still fucking pretty and smart. That shit gets, I don't know how to go at that. Bella, pretty and smart. I don't know how to go about this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
Shoot motherfuckers.
Yep.
It's be out to shoot motherfuckers. TJ, scared or not? Especially with the added element with the added element of celebrity and fame and all that shit that come along with pop. Because do you gotta like, is there like this filter that you gotta go through? Like, is you here because my son is handsome and smart, or is you here because you know he this, that, and the third, and on his way to this, that, and the fourth?
Is he dating the industry? Like, is that better? I say, or is it better for him to date like within the industry, maybe?
He don't. He do the filtering. Shit, he so on it. Like, this the thing that killed me in his situation is the 26, 27-year-olds in the DM.
Wild. Yeah.
Like, I don't care that you.
Yeah.
What? Literally? For real?
What? You want me to? He told me. I said,
you don't be believing none of the shit we tell you about.
Haven't we told all of our own experiences?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas be having a real warped vision of how this really works.
So I'm gonna give you a scenario.
That's sad.
We went I'm not gonna say what a place was, because we went. He goes in, you know, everybody want to take pictures. So this one girl just kept saying she want to take, you know, no. She spotted him first. I'm trying to find her DM because this was funny. She spotted him first, and then, you know, like, it's funny, like, when we out, white people, oh my God. Black people walk over and they just be like, they just be cool, and they be like, yeah, I like your movies. Like, everybody gotta be cool. So she walks over, she's like, well, you know you can't, she done served us the whole time. She didn't say one word. She's like, well, you know you can't leave without taking a picture with everybody. And he was looking up like, oh, okay, cool. So they take the picture. We go get some food to go. she was like, she said, oh, can he, you his dad, right? I said, yeah. You managing, right? I said, yeah. She said, well, I would love for him to perform at this event I'm having. And I said, what event? I'm already knowing she older. So I'm like, what event?
Right.
I was at this lounge and stuff.
Oh, girl.
And Pop was like, at the time he was 15. He's like, I'm 15. All her air came out of her body, like what? You only 15?
I'm infatuated with this
older
boy.
than what he is.
Yeah.
He carry himself like that.
Yeah.
So I want to find this DM. So she was like, whatever. So she
Didn't stop there, huh?
no, she was cool. She was cool, right? She was just
It was
like,
just shocking. It wasn't off.
It wasn't a deal breaker.
No, it wasn't right. It was just shocking.
she leaves the DM.
That you gonna do it?
I was taken aback. I wasn't taken away. Like.
So her DM is, I'm tripping. I've had a crush on you for the last 2 years.
So we at 13 now.
Right. I did not know you was only 15. He said, Dad, look, shorty from what you call just hit me up on TikTok. And he was like, watch how she gonna go, even when she find out how old I am.
Uh-huh.
He said, well, I'm only 15, but that ain't nothing, right? His age ain't nothing but a number or something. She was like, you know what, you're right, you're super mature. Here go my phone number.
She was waiting for him to say something.
Oh, yeah.
He just needed
But the
to go.
point I'm making is, now if it's switched around, then what? My
Hey,
son
man,
goes
let
to
me tell you
jail.
something.
Well, I say it all the time. I say that is, even when you all talk about, like, we all done been with older, I'm like, that's freaking assault. Like, that's abuse. And they okay with it, you know?
Who's okay with it?
Who's
Y'all
okay
was
with it?
all okay with it.
We were manipulated.
I told y'all that, and y'all said, well, it was great.
I was fine with it.
Right. Everybody said it was
I was
great.
talking to manipulation.
Right. You was like everybody, every man in here.
But it's
said
just
that
funny
it
if the
was
roles were reversed.
Yeah.
In that vein,
And I don't agree
the
with it.
role,
As,
the roles are
as an
reversed.
adult, now I see it the same way as an adult.
Yeah.
Like I see that 26-year-old talking to the 50. I see it the same way. But when I was 15, the 26-year-old was getting hit.
I don't know if we see it the same way. I think the fact that we're laughing at the conversation is proof we don't see it the same way. Cause a man emailed my daughter like that, I'm going to find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. So
Period,
not the
point
same
blank.
way.
It ain't
You're
the
right.
same way.
No, you're right. You're
You know
right.
what I
That's what I'm
mean?
saying.
And it was happening.
Like, but
I
that's
told
all
y'all my
his
high
thing.
school story.
It's 26, 27. It was a lady that left a message like, who fine baby is this? I need to R. Kelly him.
What?
And she's grown.
I would have blasted her.
You know what I mean? So it's hard, like, he's done the industry. He was just on Shade Room Teens with prom with a, industry girl. But he's so pop, so I don't care about the industry. You know what I mean? Like, because he got his cousins, he with them now. And he with the side of Paris right now. So it's like when we rap, he go back to,
Yeah.
I don't,
You on this regular shit.
yeah, he be like, man, I want a girl that, give me my Savannah James. Like, where's,
He's a kid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that real shit is
Yeah.
gonna ride through the whole.
So,
Yeah.
he know what it is. He know who, because even the situation he had that I didn't push on him, but it was like, I knew he liked the girl, but he was like, nah, I already know she on me for clout. You know what I mean? I know she liked me, but it's more because the pressure was, yeah, let's go here and take pictures. Let's go here.
Okay.
And he don't
So
even
wanna
like
be a
taking
thing,
pictures.
to kind of be
You know
a
what I'm
thing.
saying? He don't like none of that. Like, Pop is just cool. He gonna rise to the occasion. After the show, it's like, all right, we going home.
Regular shit.
Yeah, I'm like, you gonna do a meet and greet or whatever? Well, let me do it before the show, because after the show, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, it's bad because, like I said, what's on the internet to them is law, right? So if this is what's on the internet, that you better do this, you gotta have
Speaking of
this.
the internet.
Them kids be thinking that shit is law.
What happened on the
I
internet?
said, speaking of the internet,
What?
because he was talking about the melody thing earlier.
No.
Something.
I'm just gonna tease that a little bit at the end, and we can get deeper into that on Patreon. I didn't.
Really? Okay.
I mean, we got like 10 minutes left in this damn show.
Oh.
I didn't necessarily intend for this to be the relationship about parents and children, but it's fine. So as they do start to make their own decisions on this shit, how do y'all go about then supporting them, or like Like, if they're gonna make some mistakes, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Or maybe they won't, right? I don't want to guarantee that they're gonna make some mistakes. But how do y'all go about supporting them versus like you see some shit like, I don't think that's the fucking move.
I don't know if that's my role in either of their life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want no harm to come to you, but that I don't pick your partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I could see all kind of shit and whatever. It ain't my partner. It's your partner. That's your life path. That's your life journey. That might be the lesson you need to learn in this moment in time. It's not my business. And you ain't gonna put your hands on me.
Nah, that's crazy.
You know, anything outside of that, it's like, hey man.
I don't mean the extreme shit. You know what I mean?
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. You know, that's I don't see that as my role. You know what I mean? I ain't even interested. I don't want to know.
That's what I was about to say. I said my daughter, she tell me so much stuff, and she asked me, she put me in her business so much. I'd be like, this. But I don't want to.
You oversharing, daughter.
You my best friend. You know we best friends, Mom. I'm like, no, we're not. You know, but deep down inside, I'm like,
yeah, it's cool. It's good that we are.
Right. But I ain't telling you that until you
able to
until a certain point
grasp
in time
it the real way, right?
But she tells me so much of her business, and I'll be like, I can't like really get into this.
Can't digest all of this.
You know, like certain things when it's about her, when it's regarding her, and she just usually just vomits out the mouth a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll be super duper proud because I'm like, damn, you very, very like emotionally mature. When she gets to talking about friends and drama and like this and that, or I'll bring it back to her, you know, like, well, what you got going on? What's going on here? So I think realistically, probably if I saw something that wasn't that didn't feel right, you know what I mean? Which I try to teach her to trust her gut, and like if something don't feel right, then, you know, get up out of there, even if friends, relationships, whatever the case. But I think I would say something, you know, like I would give my opinion, but I would do it in a way where it's not like I'm trying to tell you what to do or nothing like that. But I would try to give my advice based on my experience or based on, you know, what I'm seeing. But then what I found that works for her is that I don't really need to say much. You know, she usually will come to a conclusion on her own. I guess if she got to fuck up in the midst of it at some point, you know.
I'm going to retract my statement.
Yeah.
On what?
Not all the way retract.
Yeah.
Bella is extremely open with me with conversation.
Yeah.
Eric don't tell me shit. Right? I didn't have conversation with you, and a host of the niggas like, see if he fucking.
Right.
Because I think he fucking.
Right.
But he won't tell me the truth.
Yeah.
And he didn't tell nobody else the truth either. You know what I'm saying?
No, he told me the truth outside your house that day.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
But he was obviously fucking a long time before I really knew.
Okay.
And
you would ask him and he would lie. Okay.
Like, and I would never had that conversation with my daughter. Like, I couldn't even bring the words out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't tell me. He did not tell me. And I was like, okay, I know. And that's how I told you. I was like, he's fucking. He's like, I was like, okay. Just the way he was airing, I'm like, he wouldn't say like, nah. I'm like,
but because he's so immature, some shit I be wanting to have dialogue about, you know, and I will, but it's like blanketed. It ain't directed at shit, you know, like even the kind of girls he likes. Ain't my thing. It would be my thing, but you know what I mean? Hey, that's on you, right? But because we don't have that, you know, he ain't telling the truth about it, I act like I don't know. You know what I mean? Where Bella's more direct, like, hey man, look, I like this little nigga. You know what I mean? It's a different thing.
Which one is tougher to navigate? Which one is tougher to navigate?
Eric is.
Knowing they get involved or not knowing they.
It's first me having
even all the way or not, you know.
It's first me having a mindset shift, right? The fact that this is your journey and not mine. You gonna have whatever kind of engagements you want to have eventually.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I can't be everywhere with you.
I can't be everywhere with you, so I gotta let go of the idea of the purity of my chick. That ain't real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something's gonna happen. So let's be upfront about it. You know what I mean?
How do y'all go about creating? Because I mean, well, all of y'all, you express the same thing with Bella. Y'all two express this open, free-flowing dialogue between y'all and y'all's children. Is that something that y'all was intentionally to create, or just you sound like it kind of just sprung up on you? You sound like it kind of just came naturally over him, just always fucking following you around and shit. How did y'all go about fostering these transparent dialogues?
How do we go about doing it?
Yeah, like Yeah. Like, how did y'all get to the space where like y'all have these free flowing things? And you too, because you said you got it with Bella, but not with Ari. So like, how do y'all? Is there? Maybe I ask you because you the only one that has a fucking contrast. Is there a different thing that will allow that to flow in one dynamic and not the other?
Personality archetypes, maybe. You know what I mean? Perception of expectation. You know, it's all kind of shit
like
that
that.
goes into that, right? But
Let me ask you this too: if it was a boy, the second child, because like sometimes as the first parent you're learning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Second time around you adjust.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do this. Maybe I didn't. You know what I mean? If it was a boy,
for me, I'm gonna say no. It wouldn't have changed the dynamic. Cause I tried to avoid these conversations with Bella. I never asked to be a part of your conversation, Bella. I prefer you go talk to your mama. I don't want to have these conversations with Bella. And it ain't even that. I just don't.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Whereas with my son, it's like, all right, nigga, what's up?
You like,
Yeah,
we're supposed to be having these
but
conversations. more so.
I know how you are with Eric. You may not have been that way with the second boy. You know what I'm saying? So there may have been a closer, not saying y'all are not close, but it may have been a more open dialogue relationship because we learn, right? We learn like maybe when I was getting on him, whatever, that caused him to draw back and not want to, but the second child come like, I don't do that.
I get
with
his
them.
point. I'm the second boy. I'm the second boy, right? So I get that. My mama didn't, and my brother pointed this out. Like, you treat that nigga way different. Like, talking about me. Not like better or nothing, just fucking different. Shit was more stricter for him, or shit was more responsibility, like it was more whatever, and me, it was just like.
Yeah, I didn't tell my father, me and my father grew up in, I didn't tell him shit. But the youngest of the twins, Jason, they like this. They talk about everything. Now my father with my son, he's a whole different nigga. Like they are like two peas in a pod.
I tell my mama all kind of shit.
I think like
Ron don't tell her a motherfucking thing.
Yeah, I was telling
They
my
didn't
mama,
have-
my
you know what I
mother
mean?
see her, she just can't y'all fuck. Yeah, we are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That is
I
his
think
smile.
it's because
oh,
My mom would buy me rubbers and I wouldn't touch them.
so ridiculous.
No,
I am not.
I've been scared to tell my auntie some shit. I'm gonna say it right now.
no, my brother.
Because my auntie would say it in front of the world.
The world would know my business. You hear me?
I think because one, I think she started to be more transparent with me because I started talking to her more about things as uncomfortable as it was because I thought it was necessary.
You modeled the behavior.
But she also have like aunties that she could talk to. She had my brother, you know what I mean, like different people like that she trusted. But I also think when she started looking at the kids around her and how they act with their parents or how their parents act, and she like, these parents don't give a damn about nothing. Like so, like she.
That's the real conversation.
Yeah, she like these parents. Though she sent me memes all day about how me when my mama or the other parents when my mama want to know, can she talk to the other mama or whatever like that. And the
Oh, I
moms
want to say
avoiding
the shit
the
so
calls and
bad,
stuff
but
like
I just can't. I just can't.
But I think I basically opened the door for it by, you know, being more open with her about my past and like growing up and stuff like that. But to your point about I guess about the first kid versus the second kid, and maybe specifically you with your mom, I think it's like really, really stressful. For instance, when I had my daughter, she's my only child, but when I had her, I was broke, starving, and gangbang. You know what I mean? And then now that things are, so I was super strict. I made sure she stayed in activities. You know, when we get in the house, give me 30 minutes. Don't talk to me for 30 minutes because I'm stressed and I don't want to. I'm seriously, when I was 8, I said, listen, I'm not trying to be, you know, rude. Because, you know, kids, as soon as you sit down, they like, I had to have a conversation with her, like, what we going to do from now on? When we come in the house, just give me 30 minutes. And then after the 30 minutes, you can ask me whatever you want and we can talk. And then that's what we started doing. And then she just, I think when I just start opening up to her more, then that opened the door for some whole other shit. Because now you want to tell me everything. Or as much as because I'm sure it's hella other secrets that I don't know about. But she tell me a lot, I'll say.
All right, we coming up against it, but I do want to at least mention, TJ, you have use your platform that you've grown, that you've built, to start to address like some of the relationship dynamics between adults. I know we've been talking about the kids and all that, but between adults, just addressing some of the shit that go on, some of the hot topic issues, and I've seen the responses from some of us in terms of the engagement and the conversations and whatnot. Number one, like, why did you get like? So, I mean, you doing it is one thing. Like, not a lot of people didn't have the motherfucking #1 record in the country with Monica and Missy and shit like that. Like that's a dynamic that like brings, I don't want to say a certain fucking validate, maybe just a certain like cachet, right? Why was it important to you to be like, let me hop into some of these relationship issues and weigh in, or at least probe my audience?
Because again, it was about changing the melody, right? Like when we do music, my son's music is written and pushing love back into his generation.
Amen.
Hey, I'm sorry, I just want to pause you parenthetically. Hard to Find, it's my jam.
Oh, appreciate that.
That's my shit. That shit cold. I've been fucking with pop music just cause it's my adopted nephew. Fuck with him, and I do like his fucking music. But that shit, I would never have to know the nigga, ever seen the nigga. That shit is cold. The writing, the production, the hook, the verses, that shit hard. I be playing that shit on my own time.
He drives every song. Like, I had a record called Hard to Find. He was like, Dad, I want to flip it.
Aww.
And he just did it a whole different, but that's him in the studio, like, that's how I want the beat to go. That's him on the drum machine. Then Troy will add chords, and he go lay his melody, and then we'll get the writing.
Yeah. That shit hard. I didn't mean to interrupt you on the.
No,
but
what we say the segment called her.
The lyric joint. What do we say?
That's a segment at this point.
Yeah. No, but it's just that's what I was doing it for. Cause what I loved, I saw seeing all these girls that come to the studio, and I'm listening to them. Like you said, y'all in the stands, you listen to them, and I'm hearing, and I'm just like, damn, okay, they don't talk like that, right?
Yeah.
So, again, what's on the internet is law. Like, since I've been posting that, right, everybody, man, we want to fly you to do this podcast. We want you to, and I actually, when I was talking to, I was like, listen, I know this is what's going to come out of it, but also, I like to just know how people think, right? Like, I know how to make money building the business without having the business, right? So that's another reason, but it was the whole speaking for men as a whole, or speaking for women as a whole, right? Because what I did was this girl posted something and said, you know, women such and such and women such and such, and I was like, can you, I said, can you change your we to I? And it got like 10,000 likes, you know what I mean? So that's when it kind of started. So you know how you start posting stuff, saying stuff in your feed, and you start getting the same stuff in your feed, right? So you know how the algorithm works. So you start seeing more women checking other women.
Saying that kind of shit, yeah.
Right, but in the, like, oh, no, we should work together. We should this, you know. So you will never hear that. All you hear is, the nigga better
Fuck the
find me
niggas,
this,
right.
fuck, you know, nigga better pay my rent and all this shit. So that's why I started posting it. But it was just funny because in my DMs, women will be going at it. Like, you right, they got to start, you know, we got to woo this. And I said, well, can you post that? They're like, no, I'm not letting the feminists jump on me now. I'm just going to say this here. They'd be scared. So what I would do is I would cut their whole face off and screenshot it and then just put it in the DM like, this is from, and I mean literally, like, the conversations in the DM is crazy. So yeah, that's where it started from. And again, when I say it's law, right? Because I didn't post for 2 days one day, right? And it was like 100 DMs. Are you okay?
All right.
I'm like, nigga, because I don't care about the internet, right?
Yeah.
I probably just put up 2 pictures of myself. My whole Instagram is my son. You know what I mean? And then like, Bug called me one day, man, you snapping, and the people are like, man, what he going through? No, I ain't going through shit. But the fact that I started seeing that
I'm actually healthy.
Yeah,
and that brings the clarity.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like, but it's funny because I went on there and I'm like, I would never go online and post shit about my personal life anyway. Like, y'all think I'm going through something because it's law, right? So if this is law to people, and this is the melody. Let me change it.
And that's crazy because I always argue with or we don't argue, but I feel like we bump heads when we talk about the we versus they, we being women versus they, and I'm always confused because I be like, who are these people?
Right.
I don't know these women. Like I don't know.
Real
these
quick
people.
though,
Yeah,
if they in
but-
his DM saying I agree with you, but then publicly having a different tune, who is the we?
I'm saying when y'all say like,
And we all y'all niggas at that point, you know what I
when
mean?
people say we, or like you said, can you change your we's to I?
Right.
You know, or if you saying women do this, or women want men to pay 50-50, and women say
And it's
fuck niggas get some money.
this man. You know, you ain't a man if you. How do you gonna?
And I obviously get it.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
nigga go rob a liquor store, jump in the car with me. I don't know he robbed a liquor store. Police pull us over,
We
we robbed a
going to
liquor
jail.
store.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Robbed the liquor store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, it's wild, and it's, like you said, the internet is the shit is law, and people who don't want to stand in opposition of the law. So even if it ain't they truth, they perpetuate it and spread it around like it is,
Like it is
and
the
it's
truth.
this
That kills me.
self-defeating cycle of bullshit. Like, sweetie, that's not even your truth. Why the fuck are you telling it? You know what I mean?
And one-on-one, I told y'all I had a conversation with two men, and I was like, but you talking about a subject that's not even your story.
Right.
You're complaining about certain type of women that don't exist when that's not even your story.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, why are you saying women, they said the exact same thing you said about the check. Like, if I make $60,000 and she make $40,000, then we just gonna spend $40,000 out of my check, and she just gonna keep her $40,000. I'm like, well, is that actually happening, or are you just mad about it when that's not even your situation or your
No,
story?
I got one.
You know?
If it is happening, y'all live in Argyle Gardens.
Yeah.
Right.
And the salary was just an assumption, you know.
But I got something crazy. It was a woman that was online that had the big wedding ring, the jewelry, and that's all she talked about was my man does this, my man such and such, and buy me this. I don't do nothing. And you see all the comments of girls like, oh, you got you one, this and that, blah, blah. The funniest shit in the world. I start going through the whole page, and I'm like, damn, this woman don't never even show an elbow of this nigga. Like, it ain't a hand, a pinky, or nothing. Come to find out, all this shit was fake.
It's all cap.
Shit, the other day, it's
all
a
good.
popular
She
couple
didn't
out
even-
there.
The black girl and the
Yeah,
white
they
dude.
Black girl and the white
exposed
dude.
Yeah, Funky Donnie was just talking
I
about
don't know who they are, but she was doing the same kind of shit. Like, this white man didn't save me. She done created a whole narrative
Yeah,
of why
her
white men
brand.
are better.
Miss don't even exist.
No, he exists.
He
She
exists.
paid for this nigga. She bought everything that he says is hers. She paid for everything. The houses they live in, she bought that shit. The Range Rover, did he bought
Oh, yeah,
her?
all
She
this
bought
shit
that
came
shit.
out. Said,
Oh.
I'm tired of paying all
of
of
herself. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired
But
of
think
paying.
about
She
the
customized
narrative.
Impact of the narrative.
the impact of the
Yeah.
narrative wasn't even just about ladies you deserve this. It's black men ain't shit.
And white men do
For
it.
no
but,
reason.
but you said
When you didn't save this white nigga.
you said something earlier, like something, my daughter was kind of following the like when you look on the internet, it's no leadership button to push. It's a what?
Yeah. a lot.
Follow.
It's a follow button.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a world full of followers. I started really studying my son's page. I'm like, okay, or just other pages. If the first 5 comments are positive, the next 5 are positive. Even if you want to say something negative, you don't because you're afraid of what, just like the women in my DM, they're afraid to post because I don't want to be the one to stick out and tell my truth. Right. So it's a world full of followers. So at the end of the day, it becomes law, right? So before, when this woman was posting that the white man, you get I gotta get me one. Even when they posted chili with her little white dude, everybody's, so it becomes, and you got these kids reading this shit, right? You got these kids looking at this is because if I want to be cool, this is the cool thing to do, right? So then now that I have my sons following in my follow me.
Yeah.
I even get the teens saying, "No, I'm not. No, I that's crazy. I want to do this for my guy. I want to, So I'm looking at it's like I said, it's a melody. A melody is it don't matter how much I hate this song. I wake up, I'm singing it. Right?
Ooh, baby.
Let's get in.
I want to shoot myself in the face anytime that pops in my head.
What is that?
What's the sexy red girl? I hate
Please
that
don't.
shit so
Please
bad.
get
So
that
that's what you hear,
Yeah.
and it's just crazy to see because 2 years ago I used to just do this thing on Facebook called Barbershop Talk, and I would just come up with scenarios, and then you would see the man say something to the woman, they giving the politically correct answer, right? No, women, and then there'll be this conversation just going back and forth with everybody. Then towards the end, you'll see the same woman kind of check herself, or the man will check himself because he just learned from. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, from the conversation.
Yeah. So that's all it is. It's just. It's bad.
The tune, trying to.
That is as good a place as any to leave this part of the conversation. We're about to jump into the Patreon conversation to have a little bit more of an adult conversation about our experiences and what that looked like and what does this changing of the melody potentially lead to and what the process does look like. Before we do get up out of here though, TJ, if you will, let the people know how they can follow you, how they can stay in tune with you, all the grown women, all the other grown women that want to follow Pop, let them know how they can follow him.
All sales out.
Y'all stay off of him.
I'm 19 today, man.
The whole front row finna be 40 of us.
They one's gonna pay it again. Just bring your daughters.
Right.
They gonna bring them just as a beard. I'm not a pedophile.
Look, but that's how they was yelling at the show. I'm watching the footage back. I'm seeing the grown ladies like screaming for them too. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
terrible.
Yeah. Nah, man. What can people keep up with? What you got going on? What Pop got going on? What's next? What's going on, man?
Just following on IG. My IG is Big T 2008. BIGTEE 2008, and my son's Instagram is Papa J Show, PAPAJYSHOW. But yeah, that's where they can, or follow me on Facebook. I don't even know what my Facebook page is. I think it's TJTEE.
You probably find it from the IG.
Yeah,
you can find it and put it in there.
But I think that's where my majority of following is. I don't care about the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's where they can figure.
Well,
see everything that's coming up.
Well, man, congratulations on the success to this point. Congratulations on the success that's coming. Salute to the work that you putting in. Salute to the work ethic you've instilled in Pop and the work that he's putting in, man.
Appreciate it.
It'll be disingenuous to say thanks for coming through. This is your show. You know what I mean? Hear that, buddy? I'm back.
Whatever works for you. Whatever
you
works.
designed that shit, didn't you?
Who fucked it up?
You designed that shit.
Who
knows?
TOUTEE is just,
you know what I mean?
Baby.
Spelled it wrong.
Just so we're clear, you just cut him out. That big. That's the real conversation you were having with me.
I don't. No, we were trying to cut this nigga out. You know I'm rolling with my Aries, buddy.
You already know.
You need her.
You already know how you rocking. Can't drive a wedge up in here, man.
He's square.
Can't drive a wedge up in here, man. But we do gotta go. Huge shout out to Ron Rilla and P.I. They are doing the hard work behind the camera. Ron Rilla, aka Shabba, Mr. Lover Man. Anyway, shout out to them for doing the hard work behind the camera. Shout out to TJ for coming back through his own show for the first time in a while.
Back through his own show.
For the first time in a while, man.
Been on the road, baby.
We gonna write the nigga name in the red.
Right, there you go. You're right, in the red. Just sign in the red box down there. Just sign your name in the red box down there to stay up that forever.
I'm gonna put behind it what's here.
For E, that's 2. I'm Herb. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.